Hey everyone, Ace of Clay here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another sculpting video. Today, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna make some fan art. Today, I'm sculpting Slender Man. Now before you come after me in the comments, I am fully aware that I'm about 20 years late to the game on Slender Man. Is he still cool? I don't know. Was he ever cool? I don't know that either. Do people still care about him? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I have received a lot of requests for him, so this can technically be considered a subscriber request video. Now for those of you who are not familiar with the internet of yesterday and you have no idea who Slender Man is, according to Wikipedia, I keep wanting to say Spider-Man. Slender Man is a fictional character that originated as an internet meme created by a guy named Eric Knudsen in the Something Awful online forum. Slender Man is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face and wearing a black suit. He's basically the bad guy in a bunch of scary stories that traumatizes people. I think they also made a movie about him. So yeah, if you like Slender Man, if you like sculpting, if you like watching people sculpt, then hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get started. Alright, you know the drill. First step, armature. I'm just going to shape out Slender Man's torso and legs from this 12 gauge aluminum wire. And as always, all of the materials and tools that I use in this video are listed in the description box below, along with my affiliate links if you want to purchase anything. And now I'm just attaching another piece of wire to create his arms. Now, there are a few different depictions of Slender Man that I found in my research, and I really liked the versions I saw where he's got these like tentacles coming out of his back. I thought this looked way more interesting than just making him a creepy guy in a suit. So as you can see, I'm attaching some more wire to create those tentacles, and then we're going to bulk out his torso with some aluminum foil, and then I added some more wire to the legs just to reinforce them a little bit more so they can support all of that weight that's going to be up top. After getting Slender Man into the pose that I like, I'm just going to cover his torso with some Sculpey Ultralight. This is going to sort of secure all of the pieces once it's baked and hardened and give me a nice surface to add my final layer of clay. And that's all the ultralight we're going to add, so we're going to bake that, and then once it's baked and completely cooled down, it's time to start adding our clay. For this project, I will be using Super Sculpey Firm. And I'm going to start by adding these snakes of clay to the legs, folding them over the wire, and then carefully blending everything together and getting them nice and smooth. And then I'm going to add a nice even sheet of clay to the torso and get him completely covered. Now for the fun part, I'm going to add the folds and wrinkles to the pants, and these are just tiny snakes of clay that taper at each end that I am blending in to his clothes. If you're not new to my channel, this should be a very familiar process for you. Once that fabric texture on the legs is all set, we're going to start making his shoes, and I'm just shaping out the shape of his foot and his shoe from a piece of clay and then sticking it on and blending everything together. I don't want to add too many details to the shoes, I just want them to kind of be there. Once the shoes are done, we're going to finish the ends of the pant legs off with some more snakes of clay. After adding some clay around the neck, we're going to add the collar for his button-up shirt. And this is just a flat rectangle that I'm adding to the neck, blending the bottom edge in with the rest of his shoulders, and then folding down the top. There you go, we've got a collar. And now for his tie. Now I'm just going to add the lapels. This is just another piece of clay that I cut to size, and I'm just attaching it around the neck and next to the tie. And fixing some little things here. I could probably make a person in a suit with my eyes closed now, because back in the day I used to make wedding cake toppers, and I sculpted a lot of suits. Now to finish off that suit jacket, we're just adding the bottom of it. Again, another piece of clay, attaching it, blending the top edge in with everything else, and then now we're going to add some more snakes of clay to create the wrinkles where the buttons sort of gather the fabric in the front there. Now I'm going to press out the soles of his shoes with this tool right here, just sort of going around each foot. Can't really see because it's cut off because I suck. Now I'm just going to add some seams to finish off his suit. And then we're going to brush the entire surface with some clay softener to remove fingerprints and get him ready for another bake. And once he is baked and completely cooled down, that's looking pretty good. I could not be happier with this thing. I'm so glad his legs didn't break in the oven. I'm really glad that I reinforced them with that extra piece of wire. Now we're going to go ahead and position the arms and then do those just like we did the legs. Now to detail the arms, we're going to add some folds and wrinkles. Some more snakes of clay. How many times have I said snakes of clay in this video? Let me know in the comments. Now for me, making the texture of fabric, it's a combination of, like I said a million times, snakes of clay and using different tools to create those wrinkles, because there's really no right way to do it. You just kind of have to use the method that you think is going to work best for that area of your sculpture. Like you'll see here for the inside of the elbow area, I'm just sort of adding one snake and then taking another pin tool and sort of pressing out extra wrinkles on that. So really just feel it out. There's no, like I said, there's no real like formula. Just make sure that your wrinkles make sense and you're paying attention to how gravity would work on that area of the fabric, and then just kind of roll with it. There we go, Slender Man's long, dangly arms are complete. Time for the hands. For his hands, I want them to be a little skinnier than usual, a little more narrow in the palm area and the back of the hand, and then, of course, some long, skinny fingers. And once I've got my hand shape figured out, we're going to go ahead and further detail them by adding some knuckles. And just like how we made the knuckles, we're going to go ahead and add some finger joints. And once that first hand is done, I'm going to go ahead and make the other hand off camera. And then to attach the hands, I poked a hole at the end of them, added some baking bond, and now I'm just going to slide them onto that wire. And then I blend the hand into the arm because I'm going to add the end of his sleeves later on. And there we go, would you look at that, we're adding the sleeves. These are just flattened snakes of clay that I rolled through my pasta roller on the 5 setting. Now for the tentacles. I want to reinforce them a little bit just like I did with his legs, just to be extra careful, but I'm also going to extend them a bit because I did cut them a little too short. So to do this, I'm just going to wrap the wire around them and then leave a little extra at the ends. And then of course, before we add the clay to the tentacles, I'm just going to put them in their final position. There we go. I think that's a pretty visually appealing position for them. Now we're going to go ahead and add the clay. I just rolled out the tentacle from a snake of clay and I made it taper at one end, of course, and I'm just wrapping it around the wire. And then I started brushing it with clay softener, but I realized I want to make the head first and just bake the whole thing together. So we're just going to jump right to his head. And I just covered a piece of aluminum foil that is in the shape that I want his head to be, added a skewer for the neck, and then I'm just shaping it out. Slenderman has a very simple looking head. He has no features, no ears, no nothing. And this version, I don't even want it to have a texture. I just want it to be completely smooth and weird. But I do add 2 slight indents for his eye area. There we go. Got this sort of blank doll face going on here. Well, that was easy. I think it took all of 20 minutes to do that. Now we're just going to attach the head with a little bit of Bake and Bond, and then brush everything with clay softener to remove fingerprints and get him ready for his final bake. We are really going to cross our fingers that this thing does not collapse in the oven. And he didn't break. That's awesome. Let's paint him once he's completely cooled down. All of the paints that I use in this video are Folk Art brand matte acrylics. And to create this extremely light gray color, I mixed titanium white with some pure black. And this is probably the easiest paint job I have ever done on a sculpture. He is just 2 colors, black and white, or in this case, black and very light gray. And I decided that I'm not going to shade him either. I'm just going to do solid white for the face, hands, and button-up shirt, and then I'm going to paint everything else black. And he turns out really cool, and I hope you enjoy this satisfying painting process. Then for the last step, we're just going to paint the base, touch up a couple spots, and he's done! Slenderman is complete. Let me know how you think I did in the comments, and then if you use any of the tips and techniques in this video on your own projects, share them to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and tag me at AceOfClay or hashtag AceOfClay so I can check them out. And that's a wrap. I hope you like my rendition of Slenderman. I really enjoyed making this guy. I think he's the tallest sculpt I've ever made. Maybe Dracula's taller, but he's definitely the widest. I mean, look at the width on those tentacles. I'm glad I didn't shade him either, and I just left him straight up black and white. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and being here. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Check out my community, Snakes of Clay on Facebook. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and then follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at AceOfClay. I'm also on TikTok, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.